Good evening, lads. My name is Chanramoli Isaac, and today I'm going to explain to you all about procrastination as a submission to the task that Miss Mery gave us, which is creating a video of explaining something. And today my talk is about procrastination, which is actually inspired by Tim Urban. You should watch this video a few years back entitled about procrastinations. Since most of my concept actually comes from the talk that Tim Urban did. It's actually very great. And so let me begin about what I'm going to talk. Procrastination is actually an act of postponing your duties. So this is a procrastinator. What goes inside a procrastinator's brain? You have a rational decision maker, which job is actually to finish certain duties, or even finish the jobs, finish a homework or something. That was the rational decision maker should have to do. And then you have the instant gratification monkey, which job is only to make you play. You know, his job is to make you play, and both of them are fighting to control this wheel in the middle, the wheel to control the body on what to do. And so how does it work? For example, the rational decision maker receives series of tasks, for example, clean the dishes, have your homework, probably getting the chores done, or even getting the crashes out, and he has listed every single task to a certain period of time. But in for the procrastinator's case, you have the instant gratification monkey, which eventually will blur away all the tasks and to control of the wheel, which have been fought before. And so what happens? The instant gratification monkey drags you to the dark playground. What happens when you are dragged to the dark playground? Let me tell you about this. So the dark playground is a place where you will play, but with the constant sense of the guilt, because you are playing, but you still have a duty you have to finish yet. You haven't finished the duty yet, but you are playing right now. So you're playing with a constant state of guilt. How does it work? For example, you are given a task of biology to create an essay in a time period of 1 month. So the rational decision maker has listed minimum work in the first few weeks, and then starting getting to medium power input into the works on the incoming weeks nearer to the deadline, and then finally about a week in the deadline, here comes the a bit more harder work to do. This is seems so even. This is the excellent way to finish something, especially if there is a 1 month time period to finish it. But you have the instant gratification monkey, which drags you to the dark playground. So 1 month becomes 1 week, and you have a lot of more work to do to finish in a week. But then again, you have the instant gratification monkey. The instant gratification monkey is still in control of the wheel that controls the body. And so what happens next? 1 week becomes 3 days until the deadline, and you have this huge power input you have to do in order to finish the job on time. Well, what happens now? As of right now, the monkey is still controlling the wheel that makes your body keeps doing the dark playground, which is watching Netflix, playing games, watching YouTube, probably looking at Instagram. What happens? When 3 days, the deadline is about to come in 3 days. So here comes the only thing that monkey feels off, the panic monster. The panic monster came scrambling down, screaming and everything, screeching, and the monkey, he is afraid of the panic monster. And this is the only moment the monkey would let go of the wheel that controls the body. And so it gave the rational decision maker a chance to hold on, to actually start working, which is now, with 3 days until the deadline, you have to pull not one, but two all-nighters to finish the job, which is a pretty much a long essay with a need to finish it in a great word input. Well, the system seems works every time because in the end, procrastinators finish their job. But the system of having a rational decision maker, an instant gratification monkey, and the panic monster to solve it all is not always foolproof. You may think that in the end, I'll always have the panic monster, which will always remind me to do my work. But the monkey's biggest trick, the procrastinator's biggest trap, is when the deadline isn't there. See, the panic monster only works when you have a certain deadline you have to finish before. When there's no deadline on certain things, for example, starting to travel the world, getting a relationship done, probably taking a master's degree, probably giving a gift to someone, or probably repairing your relationship with someone, probably saying sorry to your friend, or even starting a new job. These things, these subjects in life, they don't have a deadline on them, and you may as well procrastinate on them for the rest of your lives. Well, in the end, it comes back to us. Why am I here and why am I alive? You have to find your own purpose, and always remind yourself that in procrastination, although from Tim Urban's research that most people, almost all people indeed, actually procrastinate, and that even PhD students also procrastinate, in the end, you have to not procrastinate on these systems. You should not procrastinate, especially when there is no deadline, because you might as well get yourself entrapped with the monkeys, the monkey's dark playground. In the end, knowing what you want to do, knowing your purposes, knowing your goals will remind you to always start it before it's too late. Well, you may be young right now, but let's say if all of us have a 90 years to live, for example, God bless, how much time you have left? You still have a lot of time to create and something, so don't procrastinate, start working and start creating. I think that's how I explain procrastination. Shout out to Tim Urban for a great presentation on TED. And so I hope that you are not going to fall for the monkey's trick on the dark playground and stop watching the series on Netflix. You know, you can stop, but remember to do your work. I think that's all I can say for you all today. And I would like to say thank you and shout out to Miss Mary for giving the task.